Hey there everyone, I am Ashley Sykart and I'm a sales and product specialist here at Karl Chevrolet. And today I am doing a virtual delivery on our awesome 2020 Chevrolet Equinox here. So right here we do have a Premier, so this will have every single feature on it just to let you know. So we'll go ahead and go all the way to the back. So a bunch of the features that I do have on the back of this vehicle is first of all the back tailgate. There's a bunch of ways that you can open it. You can either double click on the key fob right there, double click it and it either opens or shuts for you. Otherwise, there's a nice little button right underneath of the bow tie here. Just click it and just let it go up for you. Just like that. But we'll go ahead and start in here real quick. I do like to show our nice little candy holder back here. I like calling it because you can store all of your candy in there. Otherwise, there is a nice little hidden little flap here. You just pull it up and your spare tire is underneath of there, which is in the vehicle. So now you don't have to worry about having your vehicle underneath of the vehicle and being rusted out in the winter time. But otherwise, over here, I do like showing our nice little car charger. So if you ever need that, that is there. And we do have a couple of levers to put down our back seats. Otherwise, there is a second way that's all the way up here that you can access it when you're in the back seats. You can either click that down and then they will fold down for you. And then to shut the vehicle, or shut the tailgate, excuse me, like I said, you can either close this twice on the key fob, click the button, or there is also another cool way that you can actually open and shut it. It's just simply by putting your foot underneath of the second sensor right here. You click it, you just put your foot underneath of there, and it closes for you. When you do that, the two back lights here on the brake lights will actually flash at you, telling you that it is shutting for you. So then it will shut for you. But once it opens, it kind of gets a nice little, like it gives you like a lock noise, and then it opens up for you. So I'm going to teach you guys on how to use the remote start of the vehicle. So with most trims, you will actually have a key fob that looks exactly like this. And with that, you do have the remote start. So to tell that you do have remote start, you do have this half little horseshoe right here saying that you do have remote start. And in order to use it, make sure that your vehicle is off. You can be about up to 50 feet away from it. So when you are using it, just click that lock a couple of times until you hear the horn. Then you're going to hold that little half circle for 3 to 5 seconds. And then it will remote start your Equinox for you. You are able to use the remote start off the key fob for 10 to 15 minutes at 2 times. So if it just ends up being that 15 minutes cuts off, your vehicle will just turn off by itself. You just come back out, click the lock a couple of times, hold it again, and it will remote start for you. But after that, you'll have to remote start, or not remote start the vehicle from the key fob, but you actually have to go inside the vehicle and start it from there. And then to use the unlock and lock, the lock one is right here. Just click it to lock it. You'll hear the horn just like that. To unlock it, just click the unlock just like that, and it will unlock all of your doors for you. And then like I said before, that is your remote start. This one right here is your back hatch. Click it twice, so it will either open it up for you. Panic alarm is right there also. So whenever you need it, go ahead and use it. All right, so here on the 2020 Equinox, I like pointing out this nice little chrome piece that is here on the driver's side door. This little piece right here, you can actually lock and unlock your vehicle without having to take the keys out of your pockets now. So when you're 3 to 5 feet away from the vehicle, you can actually just simply click it, and it locks all your doors from you. Otherwise, if you come back to the vehicle, if you click the button once, it only opens up the driver's side door. Click it twice, it unlocks all of them for you. It's just a little safety feature, kind of like the key fob. If you click it once, it only opens up the driver's side door. Click it twice, it unlocks all of them for you. So also with this cool little key fob, on the one side you have a nice little chrome piece right there. If you click it and just pop this out like that, you do have this nice little hide a key. So this little key, if you ever get stuck outside of your vehicle when the battery is dead, this is how you pop it off. So you're just going to stick it right underneath of this little piece here on the door, and then you're just going to pop it off. I'm not going to do it right now because if you actually do it, you might scratch your vehicle. So use it when it's a problem. So that's my hint to you guys. So here on the door panel, you do have this option where you can actually have a max and a 3/4 setting. So when you do open up the tailgate, it will actually open up to your highest setting that you have it. Otherwise, if you put it at a 3/4 setting, you can actually set it to so it will not hit your garage door. So if we go back to the tailgate over here again, you're actually able to pull the hatch down. Just hold that button just like this. It will beep and will also show you some lights telling you that it is set. So when you do shut it now and then you open it back up, it will actually stay in that position that you had it set at. So if you click it one more time, now I get to bonk my head on it now. So it sets to that point. If you don't want to set it at that portion again or at that setting, you can move it upward, set it the same way, and then it will set there also. So another feature here on the door panel is your memory seats. So in order to set your memory seats, you just put your seat to however you want it. You put your mirrors, and if you actually have the option to move your steering wheel, you're more than welcome to set that. But if you ever want to set it, you just click the set and then hold whatever number that you want. So if you want to be number 1, you click set and then hold it. So you'll hear 1 beep and then 2 beeps, just like this. So that means your vehicle is set. So when you come in here and say someone moves your seat back, just like this, and you're like, oh no, this is crazy. You just hold this number 1 and it moves your seat back to however you had it set. And it also sets with what key you also do have in it also. This third one on the back right here is called your easy exit. So if you want your seat all the way back, all the way down, you can set it to however you want it set. And then once you turn the vehicle off and on, it will put your seat all the way back to however you have it set. Otherwise, if you turn your vehicle on, it will go back to whatever number that you have it set on the door panel. And now we will go ahead and check out the rest of the features here in the Equinox. So here on the panel of the Equinox, you do have a couple of buttons here. So this little guy right here, it's actually a dimmer and a brightener for the gauge cluster screen and the infotainment screen for you. So when you turn it like that, your screens will actually get dimmer for you. Otherwise, if you want it bright, you just move it the other way. And so if you're not wanting to bonk your knee on it, you just push it in or push it out just like that. And then right here in the middle, you do have your automatic headlights. In order to tell that it is automatic, if you see this nice little orange piece right here, that's actually pointing up to auto, your auto lights are already on. So now you do not have to worry about changing your lights when it's either dark or if it's light out. And then right here, you do have to worry about having your fog lights. I know some Equinoxes don't have it. With my Equinox, I don't have it, but if you ever do have it, the button is right here. And if you click it, and then up on the dash here, there is a nice little green light telling you that it does have the fog lights on it. And so now we will go over the rest of the features here in the interior of the Equinox. All right, so here in the Equinox, I'm going to show you some awesome features starting here on the steering wheel. But up front, we will actually start with all these buttons up here. And we'll start on the left over here. This little circle right here is your cruise control. You have your on and off, cancel, resume, and set. And then you also do have this nice little feature in the middle that is called your adaptive cruise, which will actually pop up as gap up on the screen. So adaptive cruise, if you've never heard about adaptive cruise before, if you were going down the interstate, say, you're set at 65 miles per hour and you meet a person who's going 60, your vehicle will actually match their speed until you put your blinker on, get over to the next lane, and it will go right back up to that 60 miles per hour. You can actually have it set a couple of different levels here up on the screen, but you do have your highest, medium, and then your lowest. If you're going to be doing the adaptive cruise, I suggest keeping it at that highest level because your vehicle will actually match their speed at a further distance. So when you are driving, it will not actually be tailgating them and you don't have to worry about a crash right up in front of you. And then if you want to know if your adaptive cruise is on, up here on the gauge cluster screen, there is a nice little car with your cruise control on. If you don't want adaptive cruise on, this little cancel button over here on the steering wheel, you just hold the cancel button, and then up on the screen, it will tell you regular cruise is now available. So you can either set it however you want on the steering wheel, or if you want to get out of it, you just hold the brake also. But if you want to get back into it, just hold the cancel again, and then it will put your adaptive cruise back on for you. And a couple more features here on the steering wheel. You do have your awesome heated steering wheel function. So great for Iowa weather in the winter. It is the best feature ever. If you either want it on or off, just click it to however you want it. Otherwise, down here, you do have your lane keep assist. And then over here, you do have your hands free. So if you want to have your phone on the Bluetooth, so if someone does call you, you can actually have the vehicle answer or the phone answer through the vehicle. So you can either answer or ignore it over here. Otherwise, the nice little arrows over here will control the gauge cluster screen for you. And to see like your trips and info, you just go over to the right one. You go down, you'll find all your information like your oil life, your speed, a timer to see how fast this baby goes from 60 to 60 miles per hour, and also your trips. And if you want to reset something, just hold that check mark and it will reset for you just like that. And if you want to go back to that home screen, it will kind of look like this. Just click that left over, and then you'll have a whole bunch of different informations up there. So if you want like your music, your navigation, your phone, and there's also settings on there as well. And then on the backs of the steering wheels here, you do have a couple of knobs. The two on the left-hand side here will actually tune through the favorites of your radio station. And then the two on the right here will actually be your volume of your radio station. And then back here on the left-hand side, you do have your lights. If you ever want to switch between your brights or your dims, you just push it forward. So it'll either go to your brights or your dims. Otherwise, if you do have this little A with a light beam right here, you actually do have some new technology called IntelliBeams. So if you actually click this on, it will pop up in your gauge cluster screen with the A with a light beam on there. So if you're going down the road at night and your brights are on, and if your vehicle detects another bright light up in front of you, your vehicle will actually dim and brighten the lights automatically, which is super cool. And then you do have the option to turn it off if you don't like that either. Over here with windshield wipers, I like pointing out the first half right here will actually control the front windshield wipers, and the back here will actually control the back of the vehicle. I like to remember it by the butt is the back with the back of the vehicle. So if you ever need a fun, clever way how to remind yourself on which side is which, just remember that the butt is the back. And then if you want the front windshield wiper, back windshield wiper fluid, in order to use that, if you want the front windshield wiper fluid, just pull it forward. If you want it back, just push it back and it will do the back windshield wiper fluid also. So here is the screen in the vehicle. So if you ever want to listen to your audio, just click this audio here on the top left-hand corner. And then over here, you have your 3 months of Sirius XM, AM, and also your FM. And you can also listen to your Bluetooth too. If you click your more, you'll have more options as well. And then up on the top here, you do have all your presets. You can have up to 60 presets now, and it always stays 5 ahead of you. So go ahead and pick whatever presets that you want. Go ahead and fill it up. Please, if you do, go ahead and give me a call. But up here, you can either switch your tunes right there. Actually, let me go ahead and go to the FM here, just because we don't have XM service in this building. But you can either tune down here with those buttons, tune here, or if you want to click this tune right here, you can actually type in whatever radio station that you want. So if you want to listen to 100.3 The Bus, you just type it in and it pops up for you. Otherwise, click the tune again, hold that little star right there to set as a favorite, or just do the hold the preset. And you can set over that as many times as you want also. And then over here on the right-hand side, you do have your sound. So if you want to jam out when you're going down the road, you have your bass, mid-range, and your treble, and also your fade and balance. And then over here on the side here, you do have this awesome browse feature. So if you're going out of state, you can actually see all the local radio stations in the area, which is super duper cool. And then you also have another option that you can actually save your favorites also. And that was for the audio, so we'll go ahead and go to the phone next up on the screen. So if you do want to set your phone, you can actually set it by this. So once it says connect phone, go ahead and click connect phone, and then add phone. And then we will start off with an Android first. So you just go ahead, go on your phone, and then you will go into your settings of your phone. And when you go into your settings, find connective devices, click that, and then you'll find your Bluetooth. So with here, you just click pair new device, and then it will pop up with my Chevrolet, which it is paired up on there. So we'll go ahead and click that. And then if it gives you the same number on your phone and then also on the screen, go ahead and click pair and pair. And then just give it a second. So once your phone pops up on here, it will actually send you a notification saying if you'd like to put your contacts on there. I would go ahead and say yes. And then when that does that, just go ahead, click this pencil up on the right-hand side and put yours as first to connect if you are going to be the primary driver of this vehicle. If you do that, you'll get all the incoming calls and the outgoing calls. See, there's the message access request. Go ahead and click yes, and that will give you all your contacts up there. But back up to the screen here. So if you do put yours as first to connect, you'll get the incoming calls and the outgoing calls. What's really cool about the new systems that they do have in the vehicles, you can actually pair up to 7 devices now. So if you have a whole bunch of family members who would like to put their phone on here, you're more than welcome to do that. So when you do that, just put them as secondary. So with that, you can actually pair the phone the same way I just did with the Android, have them as secondary, and now when they come in the vehicle, they can get the incoming calls, but will not be able to do the outgoing calls unless they are the only one in this vehicle. And if you want to delete the phone, just go ahead and click delete phone. And now we'll go ahead and go to the iPhone. So in order to get to the iPhone settings, just go ahead and click your settings on there. Click Bluetooth, and then make sure it's on, and then click add phone up on here. And then once it pops up as My Chevrolet, go ahead and click that. And then if it's the same numbers, go ahead and click pair. And then also go ahead and click allow. So if you want your contacts and stuff up on there, I recommend saying yes to that. And then back to the screen. Like I said, go ahead and click that pencil. So if you wanted a secondary, first to connect, go ahead and choose whatever you want. Otherwise, if you get out of the phone sections, you'll actually have all these options right here, like your favorites, your keypad, recents, contacts, and phones. So say if you go to recents, you can actually see who called you, which is super cool. Otherwise, if you click your contacts, go to whomever you want. So if you pick someone, you can actually click that star on the right-hand side there, and it will actually pop over on your favorites, which is super cool. So just for easier calling on the vehicles, so if you don't want to go through all the contacts and find someone that you're trying to call, you can actually do that. Otherwise, you can hold this little guy right here and wait for your phone to beep and say call whomever. And now to your navigation. I know some vehicles have navigation, some do not, but I'll go ahead and show you the navigation feature on here. And when you're able to do that, just go ahead and click the keyword access here. So if you say you want to find your points of interest. So if you want to go to Olive Garden, just click food, all food, and you can actually find Olive Garden on here. Or if you want to type it in up on the top up here, you're more than welcome to do that also. Or if you want to say,
before we go on, please say address, place of interest, intersection, or contact.
So you can give them the address of where you're going, or if you just want to say going to McDonald's, you can do whatever you want there, and it will actually send you there. Otherwise, you can either zoom out or zoom in. So if you're in the local area, you can actually look at the whole Des Moines area if you would like to. And that is the navigation. And then over here on the screen, you guys get 30 days or 3 months of complimentary Wi-Fi through OnStar, and that's completely free once you purchase the vehicle. And in order to use it, you just click it. You can find your Wi-Fi name and your password right here. If you don't want to use it, otherwise, after the 30 days or the 3 gigabytes, it will just end and you don't have to use it. But you are able to purchase a plan through OnStar whenever you need to. It is non-contract, so if you want to go out of state and purchase it for the 1 month, you're more than welcome to do that and then go home and cancel it. You can do that. But if you would like to use it and you want to personalize it a little bit, you can actually click the Wi-Fi name, delete it, and say My Car. And this is for the Wi-Fi name, so you click that. It should save it just like that. And if you want to switch your password, you're more than welcome to. So if you just want to type in whatever you want there, click save, and we'll also save for you just like that. And then down here with the users, again, like I said with the navigation, some vehicles do have it, some vehicles don't, but you are actually able to use it just by going onto the My Chevrolet app. So if you downloaded the My Chevrolet app, you can actually remote start your vehicle from anywhere in the world. I recommend getting it. It's pretty cool. But when you do use that, you just are going to use the sign-in features, which are the same features that you use, like your username, which would be your email address, and also your password. So go ahead and click that. Otherwise, if you do not want to save a My Chevrolet app on your phone and you didn't save it, you can go ahead and click Create Profile also. Just make sure when you do that, it actually saves all your favorites of your vehicle that you have on your radio station, your phone, your presets on your navigation. So say if you get a new vehicle here in the next year, all these features on the screen will actually move over to the next screen, which is really cool. And so if you'd like to do that, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, it will sit there and look pretty. And we'll go ahead and go to the settings next. A couple of awesome features on this vehicle I like pointing out. The first one is the time and date. It does set automatically now, so no, you don't have to worry about changing it. Hallelujah! And then down here, I like pointing out a couple more features like the favorites. So you can actually go into the system now. You can actually delete, rename, or move around the radio station features that you do have on your screen now. So if you want to either move it, edit the name, or delete it. So if you don't want the bus on there, go ahead and delete that. Or if you just want to delete them all, you're more than welcome to do that. Otherwise, the phone will be your favorites of the favorites on there. And if you have any favorites on your navigation, it will also have that up on there as well. And then apps over here, you really don't have to worry about it. It's just saying all what's on and what's off. So we'll go ahead and go over to the vehicle here. And a couple of safety features I do like pointing out. This first one is rear seat reminder. Just to let you guys know, this is something that they're just trying to put in the vehicles now just to keep everyone safe now. But in order to use it, it will just say it's on, just like that. So if you have something in the back seat or something in the front seat, so say if I throw my purse back there and I open up the back doors 10 minutes prior to the vehicle starting or when it is running, and so if I'm driving down the road, then turn off my vehicle, it's actually going to tell me in the gauge cluster screen saying, hey, check the back seat. And I can go ahead and show you what it will sound like just because we did open up the back door when the vehicle was running. So it will tell you saying, hey, check the back seat. If you don't want it on, you don't have to have it on, but I just recommend keeping it on. So if you want to throw your milk back there, it's always a good reminder to let you know that you left something back there. And then going down here, I like pointing out your collision and detection systems. Right now, my alert type is a safety alert seat. So if I'm going down the road and I go over the line, my seat's actually going to buzz. But if you don't like that, you can actually have the beeps and have everyone in the vehicle know that you went over the line. And then down here, you also do have forward collision system in your vehicle. So if your vehicle detects a crash up in front of you, your vehicle will actually alert and brake you, which is super cool. And then down here, you also do have front pedestrian detection. Same thing as the forward collision alert, but it's a little bit smaller. So that will also alert and brake you. And then right down here, you also do have your adaptive cruise go notifier. So when you do use the adaptive cruise on the steering wheel, it will actually tell you that it's going back up to where you set it at. So it will do that. I recommend keeping that on if you are going to be using adaptive cruise. And you also do have your lane change alert, park assist, and your rear cross traffic alert as well. And a couple things with that, your lane change alert. So if you put your blinker on when you're going down the interstate, you actually have a star in the cars up on your mirrors. And those will light up telling you that when you are going over, it will actually just blink at you saying, hey, watch out, there's someone in your blind spot for you. And then also you do have park assist. So when you're backing up, just like this, so if you throw your vehicle in reverse and you get too close to something, it will actually tell you when you're getting too close, just like that. But with rear cross traffic alert here, if you're backing out of, say, like if you live on a busy street and you're backing your vehicle out, your vehicle will actually tell you up here on the screen which side the vehicle is coming from. So if someone's coming from the right side, your vehicle is actually going to have a nice little triangle on the side over here saying, hey, the vehicle is coming from the right side, which is super cool. Another feature here I'm going to show you in the Equinox is this Apple CarPlay right here. In order to use Apple CarPlay, you're just going to need a cord just like this. You're going to find it, plug it into this USB port that's all the way down here, and you're just going to plug your phone into it. And with this, you can actually put any compatible apps from your phone to go up onto the screen. So once you plug it in, go ahead and click continue, and then click allow on your phone, and just wait for it a second. So when it's good to go, it will turn green just like that. But when you do have your phone plugged in, it will kind of look like this. So you'll have like your phone, your music, your maps, whatever that you want up there. Like I said, any compatible apps, which is super cool. And this is awesome. So if you do have a vehicle that doesn't have like the navigational function in it, you can actually plug your phone in, click the maps, and then type wherever you need to go, which is super cool. So you just do it like that. Otherwise, you can go onto your phone and then say, click, we're going to go to Ames, Iowa. Directions. You can either click go on your phone or it will pop up on there, which is really cool. So that's how you use Apple CarPlay. And the next feature will be Android Auto. You're going to go to your phone now, and then you're just going to type in your Play Store, you're going to type in Android Auto. So when you type it in, it will be this top one here with the blue star looking. I think it's probably an A, but we'll just go ahead and click Enable. So you might have the option to click Install. I would recommend click Install. You're going to click Open. And then once you get into it, it will just look like this. Go ahead and click Get Started. Click More and then Accept. Now, when you do this, just make sure you click Accept to everything and Yes to everything. Otherwise, it will not work. And now we have to wait here to download. So this app also gives the features where you can actually put any compatible apps from your phone to go up onto the screen. We might have to find it here a second. We'll click Open. Again, click More, Yes, I'm in, Continue. And then once you get to this screen where it says Android Auto up on the top, go ahead and click that light switch on to click Allow. And then go ahead and click Continue. Continue. And it will look like this once the app is good to go, just like this. Then go ahead and plug your phone in. So when your phone is plugged in with the Android Auto, it will actually pop up here on the screen with the blue A. Go ahead and click that, and it will pop up just like this. So it will have like your maps, your Spotify. If you have any music, it will play up there. Even your phone, which is really cool. And then this little button right here will be your home screen button. So it will always bring you back to here. And then if you scroll down, you'll have like your settings, your Pandora, anything that is compatible from your phone to go up onto the screen. And if you click this little map right here, it will always bring you to your maps, just like that. You can click Google Maps here. You can have your categories, recent, so if you want to go to work. Otherwise, you can go onto your maps of your phone, type in, I'm going to Ames, Iowa, and it'll actually pop it on there also, which is really cool. And that is Android Auto. So here in the 2020 Equinox, I'm going to show you the button that you can actually engage all-wheel drive if you did purchase the all-wheel drive mode, and also if you're going to be doing any trailering. But right down here, this is where you'll find your all-wheel drive button. So in the winter, go ahead and click that all-wheel drive button. An orange light will pop up on there, and it will also tell you on the gauge cluster screen saying, hey, all-wheel drive is activated. But when you use this, just click it, and it will engage your all-wheel drive. I recommend either being in park, 0 miles per hour, or neutral when you use all-wheel drive, but it's also, you can use it at a lower speed. So I recommend also 30 miles per hour or lower engaging it. Otherwise, I don't want you to ruin your whole vehicle underneath with the all-wheel drive. But if you don't want it, just go ahead and click it off. You'll hear a nice little click once you do have the doors open or when you are trying that out. And like what I said, I recommend just using it during the winter time. Otherwise, during the summertime, keep it off because you might be killing a lot more gas than you should be. So I'm just trying to help you save a little bit of gas mileage here and a little bit of money with your brand new vehicle. And then down here, I also like showing the new parking brake. Remember, it used to be all the way down here. So now they definitely have changed it as it is electronic now. And now to engage it, you just pull it up just like that, and when you do that, you'll hear a nice little noise in the back of your vehicle telling you that it is engaging. So when it's on, you can't really do anything with the vehicle, but when you want to get out of it, hold the brake and press it down just like that. And that will take you out of the parking brake. And that will also tell you in the gauge cluster screen that it is either engaged or is engaged. So right now, park brake set, it tells you right over there in that corner that it is parked. And then to get out of it, hold the brake and then press the button down. Park brake released. A couple more features I do like pointing out in the Equinox. Up top by your mirror, you'll have a couple of features, like right here are your garage door remotes. You can actually log them to however you want. Log them just on there and they will always be there for you. Otherwise, right here in the middle, if you ever do get a sunroof in your Equinox, this will be the options of where you're able to use it. But this one over here will actually move your sunshade back. And you'll have a nice panoramic one that goes all the way back. So go ahead and click that. It will either move it all the way back or all the way forward. And then this one right here will actually open up the sunroof itself. So if you either want it tilted back or move it all the way back, it only opens up the front portion, not all the way the back. Otherwise, go ahead and close it just like this. Just give it a second here. So it's closed just like that. And then the two buttons that are right here, this little one that says off with the orange light. So now if you do have your doors open, the lights will not turn on, or they will turn on for you. And then right here, you do have your dome lights. So you either can move them on and off, and then you have your single lights as well. And then if you ever need OnStar, your OnStar features are right here. This little guy right here, if you're wondering about your Wi-Fi hotspot name, you can actually click that and say Wi-Fi hotspot, and it will actually give you your name. The one that says the on right here, if you ever want to purchase a Wi-Fi, or if you want to actually do OnStar plan, go ahead and click that. You'll talk to an advisor right away. That will actually give you the advisor opportunities that you can do whatever you need, buy the app, buy the safety and security plan, whatever you need to there. And then you also do have the SOS function. So if you are in need of help when you are driving your vehicle, you can actually click that when you do have the OnStar plan, and it will be there for you. So that was the virtual delivery of the 2020 Equinox. I hope this helps you out. And if you do ever have any questions, don't hesitate to give the dealership here a call, because we are more than willing to help you guys out with whatever needs that you do have. And I'd also like to say thank you for purchasing your new vehicle from Karl Chevrolet. And I hope to see you guys again purchasing your next vehicle.